Here are the selected news headlines of CBC, or Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Its website for today, Friday, September the 28th, 2018. Men alone and at home dominate drug overdose deaths. Saudi diplomat demands apology from Canada. What are we? A banana republic. Incidentally, Saudi Arabia is an absolute monarchy. Members of the Canadian House of Commons, which is the Canadian Federal Parliament's lower and directly elected and by far a more powerful house, have unanimously passed a motion to strip the Myanmar or Burmese government's leader, Mrs. Aung San Suu Kyi, of her honorary Canadian citizenship. More and more Canadian politicians have been calling on Ottawa to revoke the honor bestowed on the de facto Myanmar leader in 2007 over her complicity in the brutal crackdown on the Rohingya people, many of whom have had to flee across the country's western border to the neighboring Bangladesh. Federal review of child killers transfer a good start, says Tory Stafford's father. Ex-Nazi interpreter Mr. Helmut Oberlander loses appeal to retain citizenship. He has lost his appeal to retain his Canadian citizenship after the federal government stripped him of it for a fourth time in 2017. Federal lawyers want closed-door hearings in a high-profile court case about allegations of Canadian Security Intelligence Service spying on anti-pipeline activists. Brian Tagalik has been staying in the tent since Sunday with his partner Pitsiu Lak Ashuna and their two little girls. We aren't bad people, says Nunavut family living in a tent in front of the legislature. EU Trade Chief defends Freeland, the Canadian Foreign Minister, after Trump trash talks Canada's negotiator. There was never a hint anything was wrong, says owner of home tied to Bruce MacArthur investigation. Shared Services Canada overbills tax and border agencies by 13 million Canadian dollars, but won't pay them back. A lot of hate and bigotry around. Church terminates signed contract over refusal to post homosexual positive message. Why companies are eyeing the cannabis compound that doesn't get you high. Motivational speaker hit by sports utility vehicle or sports car and knocked off scooter slams bullying police response. Former Victoria police chief caught in a web of lies fending off complaints from female officers. In New Brunswick, which earlier this week held an indecisive provincial election where neither the ruling Liberals nor the main opposition party Progressive Conservatives received a majority, but due to the unfavorable distribution of votes, the Liberals, while getting the largest number of popular votes, got one seat fewer than the Progressive Conservatives. Liberals court Greens, who received 3 seats for governing partnership. Mississauga's population is 57% visible minorities, so why does its city council look like this? Mississauga, incidentally, is Toronto's western neighbor. Alberta scientists will be protected from those who would seek to undermine them. Air Canada Pilot Union says airlines must address pilot fatigue. Another endangered killer whale is losing weight, but several believed to be pregnant. First Canadian and Inuit-owned artifacts from Franklin Wreck revealed to public. In 1845, Sir John Franklin, a high-ranking officer of the British Royal Navy, sailed with his crew to what was then called the British North America to seek the Northwest Passage. All of the crew's members died, whether of diseases or starvation or both, a combination of two, or the bitter cold, and their even were probably cases of cannibalism in some men's final desperate moments. Liberals to fix no-fly list create system to help people wrongly flagged as security risks.